you know what? I don't have the words. I also don't have any energy to do an intro for this. I just don't. Roll the bloody titles. Actually, you know what? Let's just clear one thing up, shall we? That was the end. That. You're telling me that was the end? What I just watched, the thing that I have spent 2 hours of my life, 2 hours I will never get back, for that to be the end. Like, the end. I mean, how many years? How many years has this franchise been going? John Carpenter's one was in 1978. This one came out in 2022, which would... I'm too angry to do maths right now. Screw it. 44 years. To end like that. Michael Myers, you motherfucker. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. I've taken some time to calm down as a horror saga is reportedly coming to a close with its final chapter. It's Halloween Ends. 4 years have passed since the events of Halloween Kills, and despite Laurie mourning the death of her daughter, she has learned to move on from her dealings with Michael Myers, and it looks as if the boogeyman himself is nowhere to be seen. But evil soon rears its head when Halloween night falls and the town of Haddonfield is under attack one final time. I've said it on this channel, well, it feels like many times now. There, in my eyes, are only two good Halloween films. Halloween H20, which I don't think gets anywhere near enough credit as it should, and then John Carpenter's original classic, 1978, Halloween. It is a landmark in horror, and for good reason. But that's all there has been to this series, at least in my eyes. There have been terrifying highs.
Tommy, please! Tommy, hurry up! Tommy, please!
And hilariously dreadful lows.
Wanna fuck with me? Huh? Fucker.
And when David Gordon Green stepped on the scene back in 2018, I had no idea that rhymed when I wrote these notes, Halloween looked like it was getting back on track. The first of the true sequels, as they're considered, was fine. It did what any normal Halloween movie should. It featured some gnarly kills, and, you know, it wasn't a complete failure. Then along came Halloween Kills, which was just a really awkward entry into the movie. It sidelined Laurie for most of the film. It then focused on an angry mob trying to chase down Michael Myers. The film itself made no sense. That was the biggest problem with Halloween Kills. It made no sense, and the longer it went on, the more irritating it all became. Not to mention, the whole bloody Evil Dies Tonight chant. It went on for so long. It went on for so unnecessarily long. Halloween Kills appeared like it was embarrassed to be a Halloween film, but luckily that's not the case with Halloween Ends. It's not appearing to be embarrassed at all. It is straight up embarrassed. I mean, of all ways that you could close out this story, this is what you came up with? You have a cast and crew filled with very talented people, and this was the best you could muster. What the hell happened here? Look, I'm sorry. I know I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna have to talk about spoilers here, just because that if I was to tiptoe around this, the comments are gonna come across so vague, and my actual thoughts of the film aren't really gonna be all that clear, so I'm really sorry. This review from here on out is gonna contain spoilers. If you have seen any of the marketing materials made for this film, I'm talking trailers, TV spots, posters, anything, you will know that this has been billed as the ultimate final showdown. Laurie Strode, Michael Myers, the last time. It does happen at like 10 minutes from the end of the film. Michael Myers, in case you didn't know, because the filmmakers clearly forget about him in this film, is one of the most iconic horror villains of all time. And now, he's hiding away in a cave. Occasionally pops out for a kill now and then, but God boy, does he love his cave. Why are the screenwriters so afraid of utilizing Michael Myers? He is supposed to be the embodiment of evil itself. And in these last two films, he has lost every ounce of intimidation about him. You are supposed to be terrified when you see Michael Myers on screen. They have completely stripped that away, whether that was intentional or not. But I am no longer terrified of Michael Myers. And that's like the worst thing you can do in a Halloween movie. Well, second to worst thing. So what is this film about if it's not Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers? I don't know. The whole trilogy has been focused on exploring trauma. Why? I don't really know. But regardless, in Halloween Ends, it's choosing to focus on how trauma is like a never-ending cycle and it's always going to get passed on to the next generation. And in this instance, we focus on the character of Corey Cunningham, who I might add is an entirely new character. So to hand this responsibility over to them, again, makes no sense for a finale. But regardless, he is shaping up to be Michael Myers' successor, or at least so we're meant to think. Now, on paper, I don't hate the idea. The essence of a copycat killer and how they're portraying evil as this energy, and as we know, energy can't be created or destroyed, it's only merely transferred. I like that concept, but it doesn't work for a finale. And so the whole thing crumbles and fails spectacularly because of one major issue, and that is that this film doesn't feel like a Halloween movie, let alone one that is meant to be closing out this series. As for Jamie Lee Curtis, I do feel sorry for her, because Laurie Strode is a character that helped define her career, and now she's just lost in the shuffle. Imagine that. Laurie Strode is an ancillary character in what is supposed to be her own story. Rohan Campbell, I didn't think was terrible as Corey. In fact, to start with, I was on his side. He's basically despised by the town, and I can see why he'd want revenge. The methods are a little extreme, but the motive is what you're meant to care about. And don't expect to be scared either. It is almost like they made a conceited effort for this not to be scary, which again, just it doesn't feel like a Halloween movie, and this is meant to be the finale. Imagine you're watching a TV series, right? You come to the season finale, everything's been building to this moment, it's been advertised as the massive culmination, and they play the wrong show entirely, but they're still telling you that that is the season finale. That is what Halloween Ends feels like. It all wraps up smoothly, if by smoothly you mean if you were to spread butter on a piece of toast with a brick. Michael is as dead as can be. The residents of Haddonfield have moved on. I wish I could move on from this series, and I'm looking forward to. Halloween Ends, and it better stay that way. I'm still convinced the studio and crew made the wrong movie and didn't realise until it was too late. It contains a staggeringly stupid screenplay that unbelievably forgets that it is a finale until what was sure to be a disgruntled fan jabs the writers awake to hurriedly scrap together a conclusion. I feel sad for John Carpenter the most. Halloween Ends doesn't exactly butcher the legacy of the original, but it just behaves like the blandest flavour imaginable. So I'm going to give Halloween Ends a 3 out of 10. Anyway guys, those were my thoughts on Halloween Ends. Let me know, have you had the unfortunate pleasure of seeing this film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I want to know, who is the most iconic horror movie villain? Is it Michael Myers? Is it Jason Voorhees? Is it Freddy Krueger? Let me know. Also, one final thing before you go. I have recently just relaunched my blog. The link is in the description below. I'm going to be posting kind of interesting news articles. I'm not necessarily making it about reviews as such, which is what it used to be. So far, we've got my top 5 questions that I've got about Black Panther Wakanda Forever, my early Oscar predictions. I'd be very, very thankful if you gave it a look and a read. Hopefully you enjoy it. But that's all we have time for here today, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.